Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here. Luckily enough, I'm still in that box where I'm 30. I just turned 30, so I have the right to talk about digital, so that's reassuring concerning Didier Quillot's statements. Just to give you a quick overview of what LiveLike is and how we were created before showing you a little video that will explain it way better than I will. The idea is January 2015, VR was the big trend. Facebook had just done their investment in virtual reality. And what we wanted to do was to bring a new experience to fans. And to do that, we considered VR as a great medium to do it. And we wanted to have 4 core pillars inside this experience. The first one was to provide immersive content inside the application. So instead of playing traditional 360-degree content, what we did was a multi-cam 180 video to keep the quality of what was happening on the field. The second element that was super important was to keep the quality of the broadcaster workflow inside our application, so integrate the TV signals, all the videos, all the VOD that they can provide to do the good storytelling inside an application or inside to cover a sports event. The third element that was super important was the fact of integrating third-party content also to an experience. Right now, when you watch a football game or when you watch any sport, usually you'll be on WhatsApp talking to friends, you'll be consulting third-party content such as data, such as editorial content. We wanted to implement all of that inside the experience. And the fourth element, which is super important in sports, is social. When you watch sports, you want to share it with friends, and for that, we developed the functionality that was called the multiplayer. I'll show you real quick to start with a video of what we did for Roland Garros in 2017 to give you a bit of an idea of what our product looks like and how we put it in place for international competitions. If we can run the video.
In the spring of 2017, the Roland Garros VR application launched a new generation of digital products for the European market. Using video game technology, Roland Garros VR captured the imagination of fans by making them feel as if they were at the stadium, all by using a VR headset or viewing the Magic Window experience on a smartphone or tablet. The fan had the opportunity to enjoy live matches on the Philippe Chatrier court through 4 points of view, 2 in 180 and 2 in 360. But living Roland Garros is about choosing which player you want to follow. In the multiplex area, you can instantly switch between 2D feeds and go to the desired court at any given moment. In addition to the live video features, we optimize available 2D content such as replays and editorial video within the app. Stats are also a key element in today's sports watching culture, and the user experience was optimized for a comfortable navigation between live feeds and stats. VR opens a new door in advertising opportunities. The Roland Garros VR app gave a first impression of what tomorrow could look like for sponsors by introducing product placement, deep linking for monetization, and 360-degree video libraries. Roland Garros VR gathered a leading federation, a historical sports broadcaster, 2 innovative digital companies, and a technology sponsor around one dream: delivering tomorrow's ideal fan experience in digital form.
So this is a bit of a shortcut to everything that we want to put together, but I'll run you through the different phases of our growth to explain a little bit how it came together. Just a little slide to brag right now. We just won the Sportel Awards of second screen application of the year, which is super important in the storytelling that I'm going to give to you, because we have actually passed the scope of where we were a VR company to a full second screen platform company. Just to give you a bit of our business model, so the way we provide our application can be targeted to different people. The first people will be the broadcasters, for which we can deliver a full application on which they will be able to choose what type of video content they want to bring to it, with special VR productions or just introducing the regular 2D content. The second way that we work is also by providing some video services to our clients. So say around the World Cup, for example, HGBS provided the video content to all the different right holders, and we delivered front-end solutions to all the people who had the rights. So that's another model to say, okay, for right holder, they can actually develop the rights that they sell around video content to increase the revenues on it. And the last element can be sponsor-driven experiences, and I'll get back to those a little bit later too. What was important for us? So VR is a niche market. 3 years ago, there was much more excitement around VR than there is now. But one thing that was very important for us very early on was to be able to reach a mass market. So in virtual reality, what's really exciting is that people actually stay longer in virtual reality than on traditional second screen applications, and they have more interactions. Around Roland Garros, there were, for example, an average of 30 interactions inside the suite. So whether it was to play video content, whether it was to interact with the brands, people would actually stay and interact. So this is something that's very interesting for sponsors because they actually want their fan base to interact with their products. But it was also available in second screen applications, obviously on iOS or Android, so through a tablet that you can just play around with. So either you scroll with your finger or you just play with your tablet around, and this is what drove 95% of the traffic. So that was super important. And the last element that's important, we say that OTT is the future, but the reality for the moment, a linear broadcast is actually taking most of the shares. And when you get to digital, web views also are very important. And we have a great case study of what we did in India that will showcase a little bit the importance of not neglecting such platforms as web. Little fast forward to 2018. So our idea now in terms of the concept that we want to bring is to say, okay, video is first. Whether you publish, for example, on Twitter, if you publish a simple text, if you publish it with an image, or if you publish it with a video, you know that your reach will not be the same. It's the same thing for broadcasters. You really have to put the video at the heart of your experience, and this is what we're trying to do by ingesting different types of formats. So you can have dedicated VR productions. For the FIFA World Cup, it makes sense. For big international events, it makes sense. But you also want to be able to include your regular 2D content for minor sports for which you have the rights, so that you can also build up on the CRM that you actually built on for the people who downloaded the applications around a big event. To be very concrete, let's say you're TF1, you have the rights for the World Cup. You're gonna build a fan base that will download your application. From there, you have other sports content for which it won't make sense to do a VR production, but it will make sense to capitalize on the people who downloaded your application already. Another thing that's important is also with the 2D element, with our concept, you can actually play it full screen as if you were on a regular app. So it doesn't have to stand next to a regular application. It can actually be an innovative way of consuming sport through a different type of platform that offers more possibilities. And on top of that, what we really discovered as being super important in our initial thoughts of what we wanted to build was the social functionality. Social functionality is the promise of saying whether you're in your headset or in your cell phone, let's say you want to watch the Classico between PSG and Marseille. I'm based out of Paris. My friend is based out of Marseille. I can invite him in my suite and live the game as if I was in the same place. And for that, you can either join a room and consume it with anybody, or you can invite your friends. So you log in through your Facebook account, send an invitation, and you meet your friends inside your suite, which is a reality of our lives. I'm pretty sure most of you are business people who are working overnight, and you don't actually have the time to go to your friends to watch the content with them. So it's better to go home and just connect whenever you want, invite your friends over, and share the event at that point. Another super important element for the younger generations is the interactivity, right? We're all looking to have better engagement. We know that people tend to consume their sport on different platforms in different ways. What we're trying to say is to put as many features inside the application so that you keep your audience on that platform. And so for that, we integrate third-party content, such as live statistics that are super important. And we also have engaging environments. You will see here on the bottom right, it's an activation that we did, which will lead me to saying, to the point of saying, not only do we have a great product, but we're also building a product that will help you build your ROI. This is a little animation that we had around an American football game, which was the integration, and this one was Buffalo Wild Wings. So when you were actually looking at your game, whether it was on your cell phone or on your tablet, you had a little Buffalo Wild Wings bucket that was sitting next to you. And when you looked at it, the chicken wings would actually animate themselves. And if you clicked on it, you could order the Buffalo Wild Wings in the nearest restaurant next to you. So if we take an example, LFP, TJ Keo was here earlier, Domino's Pizza League 2, you have this application, you could have the Domino's Pizza box there, and you could order your Domino's Pizza when you're watching your second league game at any given point. So the monetization is obviously super important. So as you saw in the Roland Garros video, you can have product placements, information about the 3D modelizations that are there to create cross sales, bonify all of this. And we were talking also about gamification. One vertical that we definitely want to develop is the microtransactions inside that experience. To say, okay, you're in that experience, you can customize it. Go buy the poster of your favorite player. Go buy the poster of your favorite team. Buy the jersey so that you're on your avatar, you actually have the visual of your favorite soccer team. All those things are